This year we are, as you can see, at the Maple on Board Vanguard booth, who's very kindly giving us some space so we can do the reviews and the interviews straight from here, which means that we have loads and loads, as in dozens of games that we want to show you. Welcome to So Play We All at Spiel 2024. Okay, if you are like me, you will also be reading the Minecraft. No, it's Minecart. Minecart Town is a different game, nothing to do with it.
Yes.
You're selling this at your booth at Essen here,
Yes.
which is one of the reasons why we cannot open this, because this has to find a good home. And for finding a good home, it needs to be sealed. I don't make the rules.
So, sorry, as they say.
That's all right. Minecart Town.
Yes.
Tell me about it.
First of all, everyone that's come to our booth that's looked at the game was like, "Oh, Minecraft Town." So yeah, we get it. we get it.
Yeah.
So Minecart Town is a remake of a game that came out in Japan last year. It's a tile placement resource management game. Its inspirations were Age of Steam and Factorio, for those who are familiar. And it plays in roughly 30 minutes, supports 1 to 4 players. Okay, this is kind of a easy, light-hearted gateway game. The art is by Sai Beppu, who's probably the most famous Japanese board game artist. A lot of her games are on this show, and she'll be doing a signing event for this as well.
Nice.
So, what can I tell you about Minecart Town? It plays over 4 rounds, okay? Each round has 4 phases. Most of the phases are simultaneous, so you're not waiting around for long.
Okay, good. Okay?
Everyone starts with a mine and a forest tile, this double tile. Those are your first 2 production buildings, okay? And that's the production phase. All the production buildings in your town produce resource cubes into their resource slots. Okay. That's it for phase 1, everyone simultaneously produces resources. In phase 2, construction, you take turns to buy buildings or railroad tiles. Okay. You can see here the central board has buildings on the left, buildings on the right. Buildings on the left usually improve your town, let you produce more resources, exchange resources, stuff like that, okay? Buildings on the right side of the board usually take those resources and convert them into victory points, okay? As soon as you buy a tile, you replace it, with the same type. And then there's the railroad tiles, okay? Why are the railroad tiles important? Great question. It's because in the next phase, the transportation phase, once everyone's done buying and building and they run out of resources, you can transport resources around your town. Okay. So adjacency doesn't matter. You have to connect buildings via railroad tiles. Okay. So even your mine and forest, they're next to each other.
Yeah. You couldn't be able to go from one place to another.
No, sir. You gotta have railroads between them. Okay. So you can transport resources for as many buildings as you want using the railroads, but ultimately the destination has to have that resource depicted in the effect. Okay. For example, if a tile can convert wheat into victory points, it can accept a wheat resource. Okay. Stuff like that. After the transportation is done, everyone's moved their cubes around their town, then is the processing phase. And that's when these buildings on the right side come in. Because processing buildings are like, well, what if we took a wheat and turned it into victory points? What if we took a sheep and a coal resource and converted those into 7 victory points? Of course, if you have multiple of a resource, you can do it more times to get more victory points. Okay. Once everyone has done finished processing, you've gained your victory points, it's the next round. You do this 4 times, and the game is over. 2 little things. At the end of the second round, we replace all A-type buildings on the board with B-type buildings. They're like game end effects, a bit more advanced, help steer your town into a direction, now that you have your production line all sorted. And the most fun part is at the end of the 4th round, you can transport and process as much as you want. So if you've built up a nice, clean little factory, you can transport, process, you get it. Then there's some end game effects, and the player with the most points wins the game.
That sounds like a thinkier, more strategically minded games than the ones that we have seen before from your company.
Absolutely.
What's the level of complexity that people can expect from it? What's the ages that this game is recommended for?
Absolutely. The recommended age is 10 plus. It's still a gateway game. So while it is a bit more complicated than our other offerings, it's still a family type game. Okay. If we're doing the BGG complexity rating, I would put it around a level 2, maybe. Plus minus depending on your experience. Because the 4 phases are always the same. They're always simultaneous. And the base mechanics are quite easy to understand. Of course, the complexity comes in like, do I build a railroad? Do I build a building? Which one of the buildings do I build? What can I afford? So there's still some strategy. With 76 unique tiles, you'll always build a different town, right? Everyone will go for something
There's a
slightly
fair
different.
amount of replayability in there.
Absolutely. And for solo players out there, if you're a person who likes solo games, we have 6 different setups, and we have a special section in the board where you can record your score, the date you achieved that score, and have like high scores, achievements to tick off as you achieve them for each setup.
That sounds very, very cool. I love the idea that you have a solo mode with different setups, and then you can expand it to play with other people. And to finish, I need to ask you the same question that I've asked you before. In Japan, is going to be available, but what about anywhere else?
Well, my good sir, I have the same answers every time. Freely available in Japan, no problem. We have had quite a lot of interest in this game. We checked yesterday, we're super happy. It was 41 on the Geek Buzz list, which is...
That's very good.
There's like
That's
1,000
excellent.
games here,
Yes,
that's crazy.
that's very good.
So we're thrilled. So we've given copies to multiple publishers, multiple distributors. We're working on it. Nothing to announce yet.
No, but keep an eye, because I think this is probably one that's going to be caught very, very quickly, because it sounds very, very good.
If your viewers are watching this briefly after Essen, late pledges might still be open for this game on Kickstarter.
Okay.
So for a brief time, we'll still have late pledges open. We're planning to ship this game. It was on Kickstarter. We were basically funding the international release.
Okay.
So we brought it to Essen with us. You could do a Kickstarter pickup as well. But if you live outside of Japan, which I assume that most people do statistically, then we were like, hey, we'll do a Kickstarter for our first time, test the waters, ship the game internationally. So late pledging might still be available, depending on when you watch this.
Fingers crossed. Indeed, Jacek, thank you so much for being with me today. This has been an absolute pleasure.
Thank
and
you
I hope
too.
that next year we can come back and do even more of these.
And hopefully these will be available at that time, right?
Absolutely, yes. Humans, thank you very much indeed for being there too. But keep an eye, because more games and more videos are coming out very, very soon indeed.